Welcome students. Now today we will read about the working of respiratory system. In the last class we have learnt about the different organs involved in the respiratory system. They combine together and function together and respiratory system works smoothly. Okay. So how that respiration takes place. So in the starting of the chapter only I told you that the respiration process is actually involves two different processes. First one is breathing, which is a physical process, and the another one is respiration or cellular respiration, which takes place inside the cells, and chemical reactions are going on with the release of energy. Okay. So first of all we will learn about the first process, that is breathing. Why breathing is important? Because for the further process we need oxygen, and for oxygen we need to inhale, okay, or we need to go with the process of breathing. If we will not do the process of inhaling or like breathing, then will not be able to get oxygen inside in our body. Okay, so in this breathing is actually made up of two processes, or it combines, or it consists of two processes. One is inhalation and the another one is exhalation. Inhalation is also known as inspiration. Okay, in this inhale, or we can say uh, oxygen rich air moves inside the lungs. Okay, when we inhale, when we take in the air, then oxygen rich air will move inside in our lungs, in our body. So what happens in that, when we take a deep breath, okay, when we inhale, then our rib cage moves upward. This you can do physically also, you can observe it, you can analyze it yourself also, that when you will inhale, then the rib cage moves upwards and outwards. Okay, our rib cage moves upwards and outwards. Even the diaphragm is actually a floor which is just beneath the lungs. Okay, and the position of this diaphragm is like that. If I am drawing the lungs, okay, so suppose these are the two lungs, okay, then diaphragm is present in this one is diaphragm. Okay, so what will happen in the process of inhalation, these rib cage will move upward and outward. Okay, as well as this diaphragm will contract and it will move downwards, means the position of this diaphragm will remain like this. Okay, so see the means we can say the space in the chest cavity, the thoracic cavity will increase, because these lungs will also move upward and outward, as well as this diaphragm also moves downward. Okay, it will contract, so there will be more space in the chest cavity, so that we can inhale more and more amount of oxygen. Okay, and the lungs will be able to expand properly and it can inhale oxygen rich air. Okay, so this is how inhalation takes place. And when we can observe all this breathing process, when we will take deep breaths. Okay, we will observe the rhythmic up and down movement of the set of bones which is present in the rib cages. Okay, and even the bones of the rib cage will help in the movement of air in and out of the lungs. That's why the rib cage plays a very important role in the process of breathing. Okay, even the not only the bones of the rib cage, its muscles as well as the diaphragm also like together bring about the major we can say effects in the process of respiration. Okay, now the next is, once we have inhaled, we have taken in the oxygen rich air. Now the next, just rhythmic means एक के बाद एक चीज होना. Okay, one by one. So one is inhalation. Now the another one will be exhalation. Once we will inhale the oxygen rich air, another next process will be our exhalation. It is also known as expiration. Okay, in this we will release out, we will exhale the carbon dioxide rich air. Okay, whatever carbon dioxide will produce in our body, that will be exhaled out by the process of exhalation. So what happens in this, again rib cage will move just opposite to inhalation. Okay, rib cage will move downward and inward. diaphragm will again now here it contracts and leaves the space, but now in the process of exhalation it again come back to its original position, and the thoracic cavity or the chest cavity will I can say space will reduce, okay, in the chest cavity, which helps in the expulsion of air, means like exhalation of air from the lungs के अंदर से air निकलने में help करती है. When this diaphragm relaxes and move upwards, then it will push the air which is like carbon dioxide air which is present in the lungs to release out from the body. Okay, so this is how inhalation and exhalation takes place. Next important thing is all this breathing process is actually controlled by the brain's respiratory center. Okay, in the brain there is a respiratory center. This whole process is being we can say controlled by the brain. Okay, and there is a particular center for that in our brain, that is known as respiratory center. All the rhythmic means inhalation and exhalation alternating cycles, just it takes place one by one now, so all these will be controlled by the respiratory center. Okay, now students, one more important thing is there is a important term that is known as breathing rate. Okay, so let's discuss about that also. Now there are some important information about the breathing. First one is breathing rate. Breathing rate is actually the number of breath per minute. Okay, means in 1 minute how many times you are exhaling and you are inhaling. Okay, that includes one breath. Okay, so number of breath you are taking in 1 minute is equal to breathing rate. For an adult it should be 11 to 18, 15 to 18 times in a minute. Okay, means a normal human being, an adult human being can breathe for 15 to 18 times in 1 minute. Okay, and the next important term is tidal volume. Tidal volume is actually the amount of air which we breathe in and breathe out in one breath. Okay, during normal respiration. During normal respiration means we are not taking excess air or we are not exhaling out excess air. Okay, means normally during normal respiration you are whatever amount of air you are taking in and giving out, that is known as tidal volume. Okay, it is around 500 ml for an adult, means an adult can breathe or can take in 500 ml of air in one breath. Even it can exhale out 500 ml in one breath. Okay, and it's lower during rest and sleep because that time we are not respiring so much, but when we do exercise this tidal volume increases, its rate increases as we are in need of good amount of oxygen rich air to energize ourselves. Okay, to convert the food into energy during exercise. That's why the tidal volume increases at that moment. Okay, now next we will learn about the cellular respiration. Now the second part of that is cellular respiration. Okay, and students, before starting this I want to tell you that if you want to observe your breathing rate, then you can also do this, where what you can do just is sit steady and then you can count your number of times you are breathing normally. Okay, and then you just start to do some light exercise or you can jog for a minute, and after that you can again count your number of breath in 1 minute. Then you can easily observe that your rate of breathing will increase after exercise as comparison to that when you were sitting idle or when you were not doing any kind of work. So now let's move to the cellular respiration after breathing. The next process under respiration is cellular respiration. The cellular respiration takes place in the cells, in the body cells. Okay, and the site for the cellular respiration is mitochondria. In the starting also I told you that there is an organelle that is known as mitochondria, which is known as powerhouse of the cell. And actually why it is known as powerhouse of the cell, because all the energy will be released out in the mitochondria, means the glucose will broken down into the energy over here only. Okay, this is actually the site of cellular respiration. In every cell this mitochondria is present. Okay, and when there will be the cellular respiration, that means the food will get combined with the oxygen, and then after chemical reactions, after chemically broken down, energy will be released. That energy will get stored in the mitochondria. Okay, some of the energy will be used up by the body, whereas the rest of the energy will be stored in the mitochondria. That's why it is known as powerhouse of the cells. Okay, it is actually a sac-like structure. Fine, and here the release of energy takes place. Now the next topic is types of respiration. So you know that during cellular respiration glucose is broken down chemically to release energy. Okay, whatever energy is present in the glucose, it will just released out after like combining with the oxygen. So depending on that, you know that during respiration we inhale oxygen as well as exhale carbon dioxide. So depending on the presence or absence of oxygen, there are two types of respiration. One is aerobic respiration and another one is anaerobic respiration. Okay, aerobic respiration is those in which presence of oxygen takes place, means the respiration will takes place in the presence of oxygen. Okay, means this chemically broken down of glucose into energy will takes place in the presence of oxygen. Each and every organism will inhale oxygen as well as release out carbon dioxide. But what happens after breathing? What happens during the respiration, during cellular respiration? On the basis of that, these are of two types. Okay, when this glucose will broken down into energy, if it is taking place in the presence of oxygen, then it is known as aerobic respiration, and if it is taken place in the absence of oxygen, then that is known as anaerobic respiration. Okay, so what happens during aerobic respiration means I already told you that it takes place in the presence of oxygen. So glucose, which is actually food, okay, in the food glucose is present, so that glucose will combine with oxygen and then it will broken down into carbon dioxide, which will get released out during the exhalation, water and energy. Okay, so what will be the product during aerobic respiration? Carbon dioxide gas, water and energy that will be released out. Okay, these products will be formed during aerobic respiration. So this is the reaction, you can easily learn it. Glucose plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide gas plus water plus energy. That energy will be used up by the body, carbon dioxide gas will be exhaled out, and even this water will also, some of the amount of water vapor will be released out when we breathe. Okay, as well as some of the water will be utilized in the body. Okay, now next one is anaerobic respiration, which takes place in the absence of oxygen. Okay, about this, actually this particular process is somewhere lengthy, so we will discuss about this anaerobic respiration in the next class. Okay, so for today it is all, that's all, so just revise it. Thank you.